Longer trying to figure out who he is. He knows, guys.
Yeah, well, he is one of the best pitchers in the National League. That's who he is, 27 years old, and here are the numbers. A 2.49 ERA, just a tick under 174 innings, top 10 in strikeout rate in the majors, top 10. Kona's group on the brink of elimination. Well, we've seen 3 teams force a Game 3. Will there be a 4th? Ready to go here at Dodger Stadium. Yamamoto turns, kicks, deals. And a pitch in for a strike. There's the curve. And we are underway in L.A. TJ Friedl, who has been an on-base percentage machine this year, 364. And he takes downstairs a second curve from Yamamoto. Dougie Friedl is a guy that needs to get on base. We touched on it last night. For Terry Francona, he has emphasized this is the guy. We need you on base twice a night. The 1-1.
Well, they don't care how he gets on. And, use your legs, get hit by pitch, get your walks. He's got a good sense of the strike zone. But with Yamamoto, the challenge with him is everything when he's right is looking the same. The fastball comes out, the splitter comes out, the curveball, very deceptive. And so we'll see if he's going to be able to continue it tonight.
1-2, Yamamoto ready. And that one darting down and away. They check at third. He did not go, says Tripp Gibson. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who signed in December of 2023, a 12-year, $325 million deal. He came over from Japan. He was pitching with the Oryx Buffaloes. Swing and a high fly ball hit in the air out towards left center field. That's well struck. Back is Kike Hernandez to haul it in. What a catch by Kike. Onto the track, and he's able to bring it down. Wow.
What a fantastic play. He had one window to get that glove up. As an outfielder, you realize you're running out of time to run any more steps. It's time to put the glove up and hope that the ball's going to be there. So he gets there, gets the stride, and boom, the quick snatch.
Kike Hernandez turning in a gem of a play. Yeah, the first offering hits Spencer Steer. So Yamamoto plunks Steer and a man aboard with 1 out. This is, by the way, a good defensive Dodger team. Yeah, they do a very good job of catching it, especially so in the infield. Of course, led by Mookie Betts. So now it's Gavin Lux, the former Dodger. And Yamamoto misses outside.
And Yamamoto had the lowest hits per 9 rate in baseball. So he's very stingy about getting hits. Very hard to chain them together against him.
And that's in for a strike. Well, to your point, his last 5 starts of the year, he had an 0.79 ERA. And over that stretch, 34 innings, 11 hits allowed in his last 5 starts of the year. 1-1 to Lux is cut on and missed. Take a look at him over the final 6, 40 innings and 15 hits with 50 strikeouts over that stretch. And again, Yamamoto, a guy that generates both swing and miss and ground balls. Bounced foul at first. And 1-2 on Lux. Man at first and a 1 away. John Sciambi, Doug Glanville, Alden Gonzalez. It is game 2. Blake Snell, fabulous last night in the opener as he went 7 innings. Gave up a couple of runs. Deepest he had gone in a postseason start. In the dirt, Rortvedt stopping it. Will Smith, Dave Roberts told us, is available to pinch hit and probably could stay in the game and catch. So that hand is getting better, but Rortvedt getting the start here tonight.
Well, the Dodgers have had some injury uncertainty. Tommy Edman, Max Muncy, they've had a lot of, they created depth just in case they can't go as well as they can.
Broken bat roller, right side. Rojas to second, one on to first, not in time. Well, the business end of the bat ended up on the grass on the right side. And Rojas retrieves that spear, and there's 2 away. Let's check out the repertoire for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. The right-hander delivers a little bit of everything, and our look at his repertoire, StatCast powered by Google Cloud. The four-seamer, the splitter, and the curve, the 3 main pitches. That sinker against righties is something that as the season wore on, he used a bit more.
Well, lefties and righties, both of them hitting under 200. So very hard to get hits from either side. He neutralizes both lefties and righties.
Yeah, the pitch in for a strike to Austin Hayes. Hayes, who started last night in left field, tonight in right field. No score, just getting started. It is game 2. Reds and Dodgers. This one lifted in the air, shallow right field. Teoscar Hernandez, a long run in. It's off his glove and into foul ground. And everybody's going to be safe. Runners at second and third. A fair ball as Teoscar Hernandez, running forever, was not able to haul it in. It'll go as an E9 and an opportunity for Cincinnati.
Well, Hernandez had a long way to go and just got off the edge of the glove, looked it in, but just did not have the right position. You see his eyes? The glove looks like it was shielding him. And now you watch the lead runner. Lux is kind of cruising in. I mean, you got to go. You know, you just never know what happens. It rolls away. You might be able to steal a run there.
So now it's Sal Stewart, the Reds' young hitter. And Yamamoto pumps in a fastball for a strike. Yeah, it didn't look like Lux was going at full speed there. Second and third. And 2 down. And a chance for Sal Stewart, the 21-year-old. Swing and a miss. Big swing at the curve.
It's going to be hard to hit Yamamoto with big swings. I mean, he's got such late movement. The Dodger fans anticipating what could happen with an 0-2 count and someone with really excellent pitches to put you away with.
0-2. And that's downstairs. Stewart, the Reds' top prospect, first-round pick in 2022 out of the same high school, Westminster Christian, that produced Alex Rodriguez. In high school, he was coached by Raul Ibanez, Mike Lowell, among others, as assistant coaches. But they love him. For Terry Francona, he said he is one of the most advanced young hitters that I have ever seen. And for Tito to say that, pretty impressive. And again, just 21 years old, a kid in the minors He didn't walk a ton, or didn't strike out a ton, but did walk. The 1-2. Had a good eye there. He wouldn't chase. Lux is at third. And Hayes, the runner, at second. Cincinnati trying to strike first here in the first and take advantage of the Teoscar Hernandez miscue. Stewart waits. 2-2. Ground ball, base hit right field. In to score is Lux. Hayes will follow. He is in. And the rookie delivers here in game 2. Cincinnati on top. It is 2-0.
Well, this is a fantastic job of hitting. He didn't even pivot his legs. He just said, all right, let me just put the bat to the ball. He waited last second and just kind of flicked it. And you saw the big swings before. He tried to hit it to the moon. This time he just sort of blocks the ball as if he's carving it to the right side. I mean, just a great job of just saying, let me get the barrel and let the ball do the rest. And sure enough for him, it trickled through for the base hit.
And now it's Ellie De La Cruz with 2 outs, a man at first, and Cincinnati leading. And a curve finds the mark. 0-1. Ellie with 264 this year with a team leading 22 home runs. They led him in stolen bases with 37. And they tell Yamamoto to step off as Stewart was dancing over there at first.
But with his splitter and curveball and sometimes throwing for the chase, as a runner you do look for the ball in the dirt, maybe be able to advance 90 feet.
Yeah, the 0-1 is outside. So here in the first, self-inflicted wounds for the Dodgers. A hit batter, and then as well, the error by Hernandez. Runner takes off. Pitch is cut on and missed. No throw to second. And a stolen base for Stewart. And not insignificant if De La Cruz is able to come through with a hit, it may produce a run. 1-2. And that one downstairs.
Well, De La Cruz has seen a lot of curveballs, and that's a pitch that's given him a little bit of trouble this year, especially when he was struggling in August, expanding the zone, a lot of chase with the curveball.
2-2 is low. Well, the Reds, an improbable finish to their season. After 151 games, they were actually a game under 500. And only the 73 Mets and 05 Padres made the postseason. More games under 500 later in the year. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Yamamoto locks up De La Cruz. The Reds score twice. Shohei Ohtani will come up to hit when we come back. 5 homers in a postseason game last night. As Betts lurks in the on-deck circle, and it'll be Zach Littell on the mound. Overall, between Tampa Bay and Cincinnati, a 3.81 ERA. And Ohtani takes outside. If you're wondering, has anyone ever hit back-to-back leadoff hitters, leadoff homers in the postseason? The answer is no. Swing and a miss. In fact, no hitter has hit 2 leadoff homers in a single postseason.
Really? I love that.
Check swing, but he went. And now it's 1-2 on Ohtani. Pair of homers last night. He also struck out 3 times. Last night, the first home run came in from Hunter Green at 100.4. It was sent out at 117.7. He hit 829 feet worth of homers. Bounce to the right side. Stewart, Littell, and Ohtani retired for out number 1.
Well, Littell has a nice repertoire to work with, and he's confident in all of them with command, and it's very balanced. The slider, the splitter we just saw, the four-seamer, the sinker, and the sweeper. So that sinker is going to be a key pitch, just trying to avoid the big strike, the home runs that the Dodgers are capable of. Keep the ball on the ground, keep the ball down in the zone.
And we'll see how deep he gets in this game. 29 years old, born in Burlington, North Carolina. And delivers a strike to Mookie. That's a pair of hits last night. 3 times he's been on a World Series winner. In 18 with the Red Sox, and twice with the Dodgers, 20 and 24. Betts climbs back in. It's 0-2. Littell. Line drive, base hit, left field. That one headed towards the corner. Steer over to pick it up, and Mookie Betts is in with a double. Dougie, he did not have his standard Mookie Betts type year, but the final about 7 weeks of the season, he was pretty locked in.
I mean, one thing was he's able to hit the ball out in front, just getting the barrel there, pulling the ball better than he had done earlier. Look, he had that horrible situation early on with the health, lost weight. Said it took a long time to gain his strength back, let alone gain the weight back. But he looks like Mookie Betts there when you see that type of swing, short and sweet.
Yeah, he got sick over in Japan. It took him a while to get right. And the pitch is in for a strike. And 0-1 to Freddie Freeman. That one fouled back. I guess to be clear, I think he was sick actually before he got to Japan, and it just never got better. But it took him a while. I mean, he dropped in the neighborhood of close to 20 pounds. And for a guy who's weighing about 175, that's a lot to take off. 0-2 foul back.
And the thing about playing a long major league season, it's hard to put weight on. Just, it's one thing in the off season, you could train it back, but the season's going and you're playing every day, and all the weight, catchers lose so much weight. So to do that and then add strength was really difficult.
0-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Littell able to get Freeman, and there's 2 away.
Well, this is a breaking ball that backs up on Freeman, and sometimes as a hitter you're anticipating it's like, okay, it's going to come back down, and then you swing under it. So it just gave that little bit of backup that just kept it higher than you thought, and then your swing just goes right underneath.
2 down, man at second, 2-0 to score. And Teoscar Hernandez takes a pitch high, says Lance Barrett, the plate umpire. K-Zone had it as a strike. That might have been a tap your helmet situation come next year. Or tap your hat. Swing and a high fly ball. That's in the air to right field. And the catch is made by Hayes, and Littell pitches around a one-out double by Betts. End of one in L.A. The Reds lead it 2-0. Of their final 20. So they were able, despite going 37-37 to finish, they finished with a flourish after that heartbreaking loss.
And in that flourish, they played better defense. There's just so many things that gelled and came together.
There's your one. And that's in for a strike to Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson, the catcher, to be followed by Ke'Bryan Hayes and Matt McClain. Reds lead it 2-0 on a first-inning two-run single by the rookie Sal Stewart. And that one downstairs and outside. Let's see Yamamoto pressing on the pitch comm, working with Ben Rortvedt. Swing and a miss, struck him out, a heater at 96. And strikeout number 2 for Yamamoto.
The ability to control the zone up and down with so many different looks. And this is one where he goes with the elevated fastball, anticipating the splitter, at least what Stevenson was anticipating. And then he's able to get that elevation with velocity, and everybody just late at that point.
Here's Hayes now. Dougie, this Dodger team goes into the playoffs in different shape than they were last year. I mean, last season, they didn't have a pitcher on their postseason roster who threw 100 innings for them in the regular year. Dave Roberts saying this year's team, it is way different. Our top 5 pitchers are probably all starters.
And they're there. They're available. I mean, that's what was not the case last year. They had to make big trades to try to acquire pitchers.
And that's in for a strike, and now it's 1-2.
And that's the difference. Managerial style is going to be a different element now. He's got a lot of opportunities and options in that rotation.
Curveball bends down and away. 2-2. Ke'Bryan Hayes, a brilliant defender. 0 for 4 last night in game 1. And 97 with the four-seamer misses. It's all filled up 3-2. A 26-pitch first inning, including 12 after the error by Teoscar Hernandez. 3-2. Chop towards third, and Max Muncy. And there's 2 down.
But I think that's what frustrates you on top of making the error is knowing how much work you ended up piling on your pitcher. It led to a run scored unearned. It also led to him increasing the volume. And Yamamoto is someone you want to be in the game as long as possible, how well he's been able to pitch. So that's the chance you have with the bat. You try to do what you can to sort of make amends.
The first offering to Matt McLain in for a strike. McLain, who finished the regular year's last 20 games hitting just 143, but no matter, it's a whole new season. And last night, he was 2 for 4. Swings and misses there. One and 2 on McLain. It's a Reds offense, kind of middle of the pack in the National League, 8th in runs per game in the NL, 14th out of 30 teams in the majors in that department. 1-2. Down and in.
Well, it's a team that didn't have that sort of major sort of month where you point to, like, oh, they were 19-9. Everything was very steady, 12-13, 14-11. They just even keeled, just sort of like Terry Francona. And then all of a sudden, they got the key finish that they needed.
Swing and a miss. Yamamoto gets the strikeout, and 1-2-3 go the Reds. The right-hander bounces back. It's 2-0. Code home run to get started today. Zach Littell delivers to Max Muncy, and ball 1 to Muncy. It'll be Muncy, then Pages, then Kike Hernandez. And a swing and a miss. John Shambi, Doug Glanville, Alden Gonzalez here in L.A. It is game 2 as the Dodgers last night started their title defense with a win. Trying to become the first team in 25 years to repeat as World Series champions. The last team to do it, those Yankees teams that won in 98, 99, and 2000. Muncy waits. Swing and a ball ripped right field. But right there is Austin Hayes. And on the move, able to make the catch.
Yeah, and the tough thing about the Dodger corner is there's not a lot of help behind you. So you're kind of on your own when you're running to the line with these curved angles or curved corners as they have. Sort of a contradiction in some ways. But you can see how the ball can just roll around. And if you misplay it and it gets by you, you need a lot of help. And there's often not a lot behind you.
One down, here's Pages. And a strike to the center fielder. Pages, who led them in starts in center with 117. Very good defender. One of the top outfield defenders in the game.
That got him.
Did that hit him? That got him, says Lance Barrett. They checked to see if he swung, and Quinn Walcott said he did not. Now we look into the Reds dugout and see if they're going to challenge.
You see the two-seam fastball. Looked like it did get his forearm. So the Reds saw what we saw there and said, you know what, I'm not using a challenge on that. It's pretty clear.
Of course, in the postseason, you get the extra challenge. I feel like we've already seen some teams take some extra chances with challenges. Kike Hernandez dribbles one to third. Bryant Hayes picks it up and tosses to first. And there's 2 down on the play. Pages to second. Do you like the extra challenge in the playoffs?
I like it. I get the spirit of what they're trying to accomplish to make sure there's not some play that you can't challenge that is so decisive, so you're given an extra opportunity. And you got to use it wisely. And a lot of these challenges, to the umpire's credit, most of the time, half the time, the umpires were absolutely correct.
First one to Rojas in for a strike. Miguel Rojas to start at second base. Tommy Edman still bothered by that right ankle issue that put him on the injured list in August, from part of August to part of September. That one flared in the air, foul off first, but Stewart not able to get there in time.
Well, Edman was able to give them the power game last night with the home run down the right field line. And last season, incredible postseason performance, especially as a right-handed batter. NLCS MVP, amongst other accomplishments, and a world champion.
0-2. And that one upstairs outside. Teoscar Hernandez, who's made a big error in this game. It led to a couple of runs. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the Dodgers trailing. That one lined and caught by Ellie De La Cruz. Hit right on the nose. 105 off the bat, but De La Cruz to his left, able to haul it in. Yeah, that's a strike, says Lance Barrett. And look at that duo right there. Terry Francona on the left, Brad Mills on the right. Those two guys, Dougie, they go back a long way.
1977.
On the ground to first. Freeman on the backhand will take it himself. One up and one down. Yeah, they met, Mills and Francona, at the University of Arizona. Mills was a junior college transfer. Francona was a freshman. And ultimately, they each got drafted by the Expos. And together, they played professionally in the Expos organization, in the Cubs organization. They became best friends in college. And it stayed that way. And Brad Mills kind of been his right-hand man. But there's a dynamic with those two.
I mean, there is. And I had the pleasure of playing for them in Philadelphia. They're so different, but the respect and the love of the game is at the center of it all.
Yeah, I said to Terry Francona, are you guys kind of like Felix and Oscar? And he said, oh, yeah, Millsy's as Felix as it gets. And then I looked at him for a long time, and he said, yeah, and I'm as Oscar as it gets. Breaking ball missing. That was the curve. So the odd couple is in charge over in the Reds dugout. But they are a special, special pair. What a bond. Francona and Mills. 1-2 on Steer.
Throughout their professional baseball life, they were a tag team. They were a duo. They absolutely came together, and they've had a lot of success. So it's undeniable what they're bringing to Cincinnati right now.
The 1-2 on the ground, just foul of third. You played for Terry Francona in Philadelphia. What were the attributes that, now this was early Terry Francona, his first managerial job at the major league level. What were the things that you saw that ultimately made him special?
Well, just great with people, just understood, what you needed, very positive, very consistent every day. And gave you some freedom to make mistakes, but also say, look, just play hard, and I'll respect that.
Yamamoto just misses with that heater at 97. Wow. And now 2-2.
So he just asked for work ethic, showing up and playing hard. He said, I'll work with the other things, but you got to give me that every day.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and Yamamoto has struck out 4. And there's 2 down. Yeah, I think to finish up on Francona and Mills, there's a consistency to the process. And as you take a look at Yamamoto, just so graceful and overpowering steer. Yeah, the pitch in for a strike to Lux. But there's some humor to them as well. Towards
hilarious.
Each other and towards everyone else.
Yeah, more Terry at Brad kind of thing. He gets on him a lot.
What was the line Terry Francona used towards the end of one year? You were determined to play 162 games, and he finally decided to give you a day off because what did he say?
Well, he said, we have a problem here. It looks like the bat is actually swinging you.
Okay.
You need to take a day.
Swing and a line drive out towards left center field. Kike Hernandez puts the squeeze on it, and Yamamoto gets him 1-2-3. Alden Gonzalez will chat with Terry Francona.
Guys being on base, we get to play with a lead.
What have you thought of Zach Littell tonight, and how aggressive will you be deploying your bullpen on a game like this?
I mean, Zach's been Zach. He knows how to navigate through a lineup. He's not going to strike everybody out. We obviously have a little bit of a tight leash because of where we are, but he's doing a good job.
Terry, thank you so much. Guys?
Alden, thanks. Tito, thanks. Ben Rortvedt is at the plate. And the catcher takes a strike of the outside corner. Zach Littell, the right-hander, 29 years old, originally drafted by Seattle in the 11th round back in 2013. And this is a guy, you talk about a journey. I mean, at the major league level, from 18 through 23, he pitched for the Twins, the Giants, the Red Sox, and the Rays. 173 appearances, only 18 starts. And now you go back to the start of last year, and he's made 61 straight appearances as a starter. Line drive, fair ball, base hit down the left field line. That one towards the corner as Steer will dig it out. Rortvedt with a double. So some unexpected offense from the catcher.
Well, and why that is critical is he's turning the lineup over in scoring position with Shohei Ohtani at the plate. That's what the 9-hole hitter can do to set the table, because Ohtani with runners on, it's a whole different game about the damage he can do.
And here is Ohtani at the plate. Bouncer to the right side. McLean gobbles it up and throws him out, and Shohei retired on a single pitch.
Well, that was a great scenario for the Cincinnati Reds. Just a quick out. Now he does accomplish the job of moving the runner at 90 feet to third base. But Littell will absolutely take that.
Yeah, no question about it. Ohtani's been aggressive here tonight. 5 pitches seen. He swung at 4 of them. And the first offering to Mookie Betts in for a strike, a double his first time up. Betts tonight playing in his 76th career postseason game. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field, and the Dodgers get a run back. Betts, an RBI single, Rortvedt in to score, and it is 2-1.
Well, this is a slider that just hangs up there like a clothesline. It's just sitting right there, and Betts can stay inside so well. Look at his head position, just punches it through. Before we saw him get the head out. Earlier now he's saying, let me work it through the middle, because a ground a productive out and therefore a run. So good piece of hitting, good sense of what he's trying to accomplish and then accomplishing it.
And a big swing and a miss for Freddie Freeman. Got to get amped up as they chant his name.
He's shaking his head. He's been swinging through a lot of pitches that he seems like he believes to be on, but he's not.
High fly ball down the left side. That slices and moves off out of play. So a foul ball, and it's 0-2 on the first baseman. How about this? Freddie Freeman is one of 3 active players with a lifetime 300 batting average. 3. You put the minimum at 1,000 plate appearances, 2,000, 3,000 plate appearances. 3 dudes are career 300 hitters. It's Freeman, Arise, and Altuve, and that is it. And it gives you an idea of just how special he is, but also how hard it is to hit these days. I mean, Doug, this season, the big league hitter, on average, the average major league hitter hit 245.
I mean, just a class by himself, and you know he's been around long enough that he kind of flowed into the era where on-base percentage became so prominent. Yet he was still a guy who could hit his way on.
Littell, the 0-2. Swing and a ground ball towards the right side. McLean picks it up, gets it to Littell, who gets over. And a big play right there as the pitcher covers. McLean with a nice play. Betts down to second, and there's 2 away, but some nice defense there.
Well, great concentration, because as the ball with Stewart laying out, or at least backhanding, you might get disoriented watching 2 guys coming back to first base. So McLean kept the concentration. Gets up, pops, rotates, and throws a strike. Nice job by Littell also to hold the bag.
So here's Teoscar Hernandez. And Littell pumps in a strike. The 1-1 here, Betts at second. Broken bat roller to short. De La Cruz takes it in and throws out Teoscar Hernandez. The Dodgers get a run on the board. Dave Roberts will join Alden Gonzalez when we come back.
Obviously, he's locked down shortstop. And, there was just a point in the season where he just said, my season is lost. Let that go. Just play for the future and be present. And that's what he's done. And from that point on, he's played like Mookie Betts can play.
And Yamamoto had to work a little longer in that first inning. How have you seen him settling into this game?
He's been great. He's been great. And obviously, Stewart got a big 2-out base hit right there. But yeah, I think the cost is there's probably an extra 15 pitches, which, we'll see how it plays out later in this game. But his stuff looks good.
Dave, thank you so much, guys.
Yeah, 12 to be exact. That one up the middle, but right there is Rojas behind the bag and throws out Austin Hayes. One up and one down, and Yamamoto is settled into a groove. He has set down 8 in a row. And a reminder, the MLB postseason continues. Once again, we have every game of the best-of-3 wild card round. We'll have games on ESPN, ESPN2, ABC, ESPN Radio, ESPN Deportes, and the ESPN app. The Reds trying to force a Game 3, and that would mean all 4 series would go to a decisive third game. Stewart, that's to the right side as Rojas throws him out.
Well, Yamamoto's leaning a little bit more into the fastball. You saw the 97. He can go down in the zone, up in the zone. He has such good secondary pitches, which acts like primaries. But the reality is he has this 97 that you could forget about as a hitter, and then he could really get in on you.
Here's Ellie De La Cruz now. That one missing. Ellie De La Cruz wearing that number 44. That number was picked for him by the clubhouse man and equipment manager, Rick Stowe, because of that explosive speed and power that reminded him of Eric Davis. You think about Davis and the speed-power combo and that number 44. It's a pretty big compliment. So Rick Stowe handed that number off to De La Cruz, who swings and laces that one to center field. And Pages there to haul it in. Number 44 flies out to number 44. We're midway in the fourth.
We're with Mike.
Baseball's platform embodying the sport's commitment to philanthropic causes and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, please visit MLBtogether.com. Max Muncy at the plate. Muncy, then Pages, then Kike Hernandez. As Muncy grounds it hard, right side off the glove of the diving McLean, and it trickles out into right, where Hayes will retrieve it. We'll see how they score it, but I think that should be a base hit.
Yeah, that ball was hit really hard, and it came up on McLean. So the tough thing is try to make an adjustment after you've committed to the dive. So you're laying out, and now he's falling at the same time in between. Well, do I stay on my feet? I'm kind of going down, and the ball just kicked up on him, and he wasn't able to move his glove in time.
So man at first, that's Muncy. The pitch to Pages.
Bring the action.
Activity in the bullpen as Nick Lodolo is up, and that's not a real surprise. I think even if Littell is completely locked in, and Terry Francona mentioned, the leash is short here tonight. It is win or go home time. Francona going to work on the gum. I believe that was Apple. Pitch downstairs to Pages. It is indeed a hit for Max Muncy. Pages hit by a pitch his first time up.
Well, the thing about Littell is he gave up 36 home runs this season. He pitches to contact, but sometimes that's loud contact, and they're trying to avoid that quick strike.
Nick Kroll, their president of baseball operations, made a handful of moves around the deadline, including acquiring Littell from Tampa Bay. Only Jake Irvin allowed more home runs this year, but Littell came over and helped their rotation. Miguel Andujar was acquired from the Athletics, and they acquired a great defender in Key Brian Hayes. Muncy at first, nobody out. It's 2-1 Reds. Pop foul off to the right and back out of play. During the regular year, the Dodgers won 5 of 6 against Cincinnati. And LA here at home and playing in front of their home fans. Swing and a miss. And that one gets Pages. Second strikeout tonight for Littell. And there's one away.
He puts a lot of different shapes on the slider here. Sometimes it backs up and goes into the right-handed batter as opposed to go down and away. Right-handed batter's anticipating the downward break. He doesn't get it. Ends up swinging through it.
And a that big swing, a foul ball at the plate from Kike Hernandez, but he was down Reggie Jackson style. How about largest OPS increase regular season to postseason? Look at the names that Kike is sandwiched between. Carlos Beltran and George Brett.
I mean, there's no question what he has delivered throughout his career in the postseason. I mean, he just has a whole nother game.
Yeah, I said last night, it's kind of like he goes into a phone booth, and kids, ask your parents what a phone booth is, by the way, those of you that aren't old enough.
Can you go into an app? Maybe you can go into an app.
And change into your Superman outfit.
Yeah.
The 1-1. Lifted in the air. And that one down the right field line and foul out of play. Now for Kike, he's made a gorgeous running catch here tonight. He's played 6 positions this year. That's always been one of his attributes. 6 positions, including pitcher this season, with that defensive versatility. 1-2. Line drive ripped right center field. That's going to touchdown. That'll roll all the way to the wall. Here comes Muncy to third. Dino Ebel's going to send him. Muncy to the plate. And the throw is too late. And Kike Hernandez continues to roll in the postseason. He's tied this game at 2.
Well, Littell went with the elevated fastball away, and Hernandez gets those arms extended. Very committed to the middle of the field, gave himself a margin for error to go to right field, and he absolutely scorches this ball in the gap. And great base running by Muncy. Just watch the turn. He reads it very quickly, hits on the inside of the base, comes around. Ebel, no hesitation. Look at the tight angle there, and straight to home.
And now it's Miguel Rojas. And a sweeper in for a strike. This is 88th career postseason game. And an OPS just a bit under 900 for Enrique Kike Hernandez. Littell a deep breath. Francona has Lodolo up, and I believe he's ready. And that's served foul and out of play.
You know, it must be hard to figure out, well, how do you pitch Kike Hernandez, right? I mean, you kind of think, there's this guy we saw during the regular season, and this is what you do. But then, like, the postseason, he does everything so differently. He's covering opposite field power, just a different game.
In the air, floated down the right field line. Fair ball. Hernandez around third. He's in to score. Rojas dunks in a single, and just like that, Dodgers 3, Reds 2. The lefty Nick Lodolo making his postseason debut. 29 appearances, 28 starts. Vet pushes a bunt. Right side, bobbled. McLean, everybody safe.
Well, Rohrberg got the bunt down the other day. He's able to get the contact point out in front, just let the ball hit the bat, but has some backspin English. And McLean tried to do the glove toss to it, and you see the spin on that ball, and he just could not collect it to try to do the flip toss. And that not only cost an error and another base runner in scoring position.
They're going to end up scoring, get a hit. Ohtani swings, lifts this in the air, right field. Back goes Hayes under it, and he makes the catch. And Shohei getting under that one. And on the play, Rojas moves up to third. So they're at the corners with 2 down, and Mookie's at the plate.
Well, this is the thing we talk about. It's one thing the Dodgers have so much power that they can hit the ball to the ballpark and put up their own runs. They get their walks. But if you're giving them extra outs or just not making the big play defensively, that's just more opportunity for this lineup to turn over.
Betts takes outside. Mookie 4 for 6 so far in this series. We mentioned earlier it was not a typical Mookie Betts type season for the guy who's been an 8-time All-Star and an MVP. That's in for a strike. But it was early August. They were playing Toronto, and Mookie Betts stood in front of his locker and said, "My season's over." And he said that meaning it's too late for me to save it and put up good numbers. And he went on to talk about, but I can help us win. I can do little things, get an RBI, steal a base, make a defensive play, help us in the postseason. And from that point forward, he started to hit. The 2-1. Swing and a high fly ball, center field. Friedel coming on, and he's got it. The Dodgers score twice, and they take the lead. We'll head to the fifth. The Dodgers lead the Reds 3-2. Kike Hernandez out of the phone booth. He's got the Superman cape on and magic. And Yoshinobu Yamamoto back to work. And he'll face the bottom third of the order. It'll be Stevenson, Hayes, and McLean. And that pitch in for a strike. See the numbers on Stevenson. This year he saw his strikeout rate really spike, and yet the power numbers didn't increase. Pitch is in there, and it's 0-2. And Stevenson has some pop. His strikeout rate went from 22.7 to 33.9%. And he fouls that one away.
Well, being 0-2 to Yamamoto is the way you can increase that strikeout rate.
Yeah,
I mean,
indeed.
It could be the curve. It could be the splitter. 97 on both sides. He has such good command on all quadrants of the strike zone.
Swing and a miss and a curveball. Gets strikeout number 5. And a reminder, the MLB postseason continues with the Division Series, and that starts Saturday. Fox at FS1 will cover the American League with the Blue Jays and Mariners waiting for wild card winners. TBS will have the National League. The Brewers and Phillies await the NL wild card. Strike one to Ke'Bryan Hayes. Yamamoto back to work. Popped up, foul ground, and Freeman will give that a look as it drifts out of play. We mentioned Yamamoto signing that monster free agent deal. And one of the teams that was really interested in him, the Yankees. The Yankees set aside that prize number 18 for him. They held it for him. And you see, he gets to wear it for the Dodgers now. That is the number in Japan that represents the ace. That's drilled to center field. Well struck. Pages back, slows down, makes the catch.
With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn all of
Facing number 18. Yamamoto, among a number of Japanese pitchers that have come over here and continued that tradition of wearing that number that I guess basically started over in Japan. The Yomiuri Giants would typically give number 18 in the 60s when they were a true powerhouse. They would give that to their top pitcher. And over here, when Japanese players would come over, they would ask for it. And so guys like Kenta Maeda, Hiroki Kuroda, Hisashi Iwakuma, Daisuke Matsuzaka all wore 18 over here. Shota Imanaga wears it with the Cubs. And Yamamoto wearing that prize number here as a Dodger. The 0-2.
I'm trying to think of the other 18s. Like, it's not a number that seems very popular. Who wore 18? We have to look that one up. In terms of the players here, but Joe mentions Darryl Strawberry. Can you think of other 18s, other great 18s?
The 1-2 is cut on and foul tipped into the mitt of Rortvedt, and he struck him out. Yamamoto in control. He has set down 13 straight. And it worked.
Wow.
Holy cow.
That is amazing. Just What are the odds of a ball going right to him where he had to reach up with his unfamiliar catching style?
Line drive caught on a dive by McLean, and Freddie Freeman is out. And here's the guy that hit that home run last night.
I mean, how hard it is to catch with the other arm, like, wow.
Yeah, Jonas Gomez, the fan that made that play. So well done, Jonas. I don't think he's here tonight. Swing and a miss from Teoscar, who, like Ohtani, hit a pair of homers last evening. He knocked in 4. Bouncer towards third. Ke'Bryan Hayes. And Hernandez retired 2 away.
Well, Teoscar Hernandez was on target last night, hanging.
Here's Max Muncy, who gets plunked by that pitch, and Muncy will take his base.
Well, Lodolo features 4 pitches primarily, the 4-seamer, curveball, changeup, and sinker. Tends to throw them in about equal margins, nothing more than 30%. So very balanced pitcher, spins it, takes a little bit off, and has that 3-quarter delivery. And his goal now would be try to keep the ball from those gaps.
More on Nick Lodolo downstairs in Alden.
Yeah, and guys, keep in mind, Sunday marked the first time since he was in college 7 years ago that Nick Lodolo came out of the bullpen. He actually has a lot of people on his staff that he could ask advice for. Graham Ashcraft, Nick Martinez, Chase Burns. The biggest thing he got, though, is he wants to approach this as if he's a starting pitcher. He told me, I'm just going to be myself. That means he's not going to shorten his repertoire. He's not going to try to empty the tank. He is trying to approach this as if this were his start.
Yeah, Lodolo, who pitched his college ball at TCU. And the pitching coach there at the time, Kirk Sarlos, a former Cincinnati Red, now their head coach. Lodolo is a 2-time first-rounder. As that ground ball is handled by Hayes to McLean at second, inning over. On to the 6th. Dodgers by a run.
goes up, and he just creeps up. You can get them to expand. I mean, when you're dotting everywhere all the time, it is very hard for a hitter to cover all of that. And that's without even considering that he has the splitter and the curveball and the other pitches to get you to be off balance. So he's really commanding the fastball well, and that's what he's improved upon after that first inning.
TJ Friedl popping one foul. He's 0 for 2. Yamamoto in the middle of a stretch. He has set down 13 in a row. And Friedl, a guy with a very good eye. It's 2-1. Reds led 2-0 at the end of a half inning of play. The Dodgers a single run in the third, 2 more in the fourth, and lead it. Swing and a miss there.
Well, Friedl just has to find a way, as he made that commitment, to try to get on twice a game, and if he gets on, things can happen. He starts the engine, and right now they're only one run down, so they can manufacture a run, just try to get back into this.
Here's the 2-2. Line drive, base hit, right field. Friedl is aboard. And the tying run is on base here in the 6th. He waited on that breaking ball.
Well, it shows the difference between a location. The first curveball was down. This one he hung up there. And Friedl just made the in-at-bat adjustment to say, okay, I'm keep my hands back. Wait. Now I go. And that is a great job by Friedl to make something different from the same pitch that had fooled him earlier.
Spencer Steer fouls one back, and it's 0-1. Steer has been hit by a pitch, and he is struck out swinging. The Reds back in the postseason. First time since 2020. First time in a non-shortened season since 2013. Haven't won a playoff game since 2012, so it's been a bit. And then as far as winning a postseason series, it's 30 years, and it was actually against the Dodgers that the Reds were able to turn the trick. 1995.
It's like the Benito Santiago days.
Line drive, and that one out towards center field and a base hit. So back-to-back hits, 2 aboard, and nobody out. The Reds in business here.
Well, Steer makes a nice adjustment as well here, just to stay down and through the ball. You know, the Reds are not necessarily the home run team. They spread it out throughout the lineup, but they can chip away, and they are very good base runners. So that's their chance to possibly steal that extra base by just making good decisions.
Here's Lux now. 2 aboard, nobody out. The former Dodger. Check swing and a pitch upstairs. Didn't go, says Tripp Gibson down there at third. Gavin Lux, former first-round pick of the Dodgers, and yeah, he's the one guy in their team that has a decent amount of postseason experience. They're short in that department. That one off the plate, chopped towards third. Muncy gloves, and he's got no play. Everybody's safe, and the Reds have him loaded. A chopper off the plate, and Lux with an infield single.
Well, Lux still has pretty good speed. He had a big rehabilitation as he hurt his knee one spring training, but there's not much you can do here with this high chopper. Muncy just tries to get the decoy throw and hope someone comes behind the runner at third base, but a late swing didn't get his foot pivoted, but it does the job and nothing else. It moves the runners, but with Lux's speed, turns into a base hit.
Want the latest on the postseason? Just tell Siri, show me today.
Sheehan as well. Roki Sasaki is up. Nobody actually throwing yet. Emmett Sheehan is the guy to look at. Dave Roberts confident that the young hard-throwing right-hander could take down a number of outs. Mark Pryor has had his say. Dave Roberts looking on as his team clings to a one-run lead. Bases loaded and nobody out. Austin Hayes at the plate. And a slider misses, although K-Zone had it as a strike.
Yeah, just the way that was caught, it looked like they were setting up down and away, and Rortvedt had to sort of reach inside it. And when Rortvedt did that, all of a sudden the glove went down and pushed it out of the zone.
That one inside, and now it's 2-0. It was Hayes' fly ball to right field in the first inning that Teoscar Hernandez was not able to catch. It went as an E9, and it scored a couple of runs.
The thing about Hayes is he's a good pull hitter, and he's able to get the ball in the air, which is what the Reds need right now.
Line drive, one hop, gobbled up by Betts. He'll come home, and Rortvedt steps on the plate, and the Dodgers keep the lead. Man, Mookie Betts on a ball that was hard hit, able to corral that, and then said, you know what, I'm coming home with this.
Yeah, this is a really brilliant play because it's one of those in between where he's like, all right, am I going to get the double play? But because it was almost on the line, he had to hold up at third base. So Friedel waited and then said, all right, well, now we got to go. And you could see that in your peripheral vision to know that he has an easy throw to home plate to get the out.
And time called by Rortvedt. Yamamoto still delivered the pitch. Folks, your team, your players, your postseason. Follow all the postseason action. Download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball.
And I know that's frustrating for a pitcher because you're already in the windup, but your catcher made that call. That was the decision, whatever he was seeing. There's always concern about a pitcher getting going and then try to stop midstream and getting hurt. So Yamamoto threw it in there. But a lot of things could go badly. Catcher misses it, umpire gets hit. You got to be careful.
Pitch to Stewart. Yeah, that one down and in. Yeah, the bullpen, Blake Trinan is now up and throwing. Trinan, who got the final 3 outs last night. Stewart at the plate. He knocked in the Reds' first 2 runs. And a big swing and a miss. Mentioned this kid, their top prospect. He's only 21 years old. And this year, 58 Major League plate appearances. He did have 5 homers. Terry Francona likes him a lot.
You got big-time power. And, right now, Yamamoto's trying to figure out how I can get this guy to hit it on the ground.
The 1-1. Swing and a miss. He waved at that slider.
I mean, the precision of Yamamoto. I mean, it's not only that the pitches have these shapes and this kind of movement, it's where he's putting it. I mean, I don't know if you could hand the ball to the catcher any better in that location of the slider. He's giving such little room for you to do anything with it when he makes those kinds of pitches.
Yamamoto ready to work. 1-2 on Stewart. Bases loaded, 1 out. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Huge strikeout for Yamamoto.
And just look at this sequence on how it's a game of inches and how he just continually pushes the envelope. Okay, that's setting up in. Goes down and away, gets the chase. And then look, right on the black. And then he's like, okay, keep expanding. He slowed it down. He changed the shape. He gave the distance. And he put it right where he wanted it.
First one to De La Cruz, a curve that's in for a strike. 0-1. Steer at third, Lux at second, Hayes the runner at first. 2 away now. Dodgers 3, Reds 2. We're in the 6th. 97 off the inside part of the plate. Ellie tonight 0 for 2.
I mean, this could be his moment. I mean, what else can you be set up for, right? Bases loaded, 2 outs, top 6, team down by 1. I mean, this is it.
Fouled off at the plate, 1-2. Fans on their feet, and they got the blue rally towels. And now Yamamoto having some trouble hearing PitchCom. Yamamoto with 92 pitches, 1-2. Got a foul ball, and Ellie De La Cruz able to stay alive.
Well, the curveball has been a challenge for De La Cruz, and the Dodgers have exploited it the first 2 games. A lot of curveballs. You see 3 out of 4 in this sequence, and they keep coming with it over and over again.
1-2. Yamamoto. He went fastball, and Ellie able to spoil it foul off to the left.
And that was a risky pitch there. He caught a lot of the zone, and De La Cruz left-handed. The power is epic. But he has now some new options. But they've been very comfortable with the curveball, and to see if he can get him to chase it out of the zone.
Bases loaded, 2 down. Dodgers by a run. Yamamoto. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Yoshinobu Yamamoto escapes a bases loaded, no out jam. And the Reds leave the sacks packed. We're midway in the 6th. It's 3-2. Could we do an action Shohei Ohtani? You've got all these ideas. You do.
Well, you know that voice, the trailer, like based on a true story. You know, whoever does that all the time.
In a world. Foul back. Mm-hmm.
But imagine the finale that you would set up in a movie about Ohtani, and it would be, okay, 6 for 6, 10 RBIs, 3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, and then he's going to go 50-50. And by the way, he throws 100 and hits the ball 115 miles an hour.
Nick Martinez on here.
I mean, you think he would like laugh you out of the writer's room? Like, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And you're telling it's based on a true story. But that actually happened. He went 50-50 in a 6 for 6 game. So, all takers.
2-1 to Kike. And that one rolled towards third, rolling. Hits the bag. It's a fair ball. And Kike is aboard. Out of the phone booth and onto first base. He's done it again.
And the thing about it, there is no kryptonite for this guy. I mean, everything he hits, he finds a way on. And it's usually extra base hits. He's had 15 career postseason home runs, by the way. And there's just nothing Hayes can do. You just hope it goes foul and keep it out of single.
So Hernandez is aboard. And now it is Rojas. Miguel Rojas, who's 1 out of 2 with an RBI single. On the ground, diving play by Stewart. He'll get up and take it himself as he steps on the bag with the right foot. And that is out number 1 on the play. Hernandez down to second.
So Stewart slides off to his right and then just has to kind of fall on it to keep it in front. Almost lost it for.
Run single back in the first. As Rortvedt bounces that one, Stewart handles, throws, it gets past Martinez. And backing up is the catcher Tyler Stevenson. So that time the rookie throws it past Martinez, who was on the move. And it'll go E3. And it sets up Ohtani.
Yeah, backhand play, takes his momentum towards the outfield, and he didn't quite finish his throw. He flicks it and didn't finish it to lead the pitcher. That you're trying to lead him like a timing pattern. And he threw it where the pitcher was, not where he was going. And that ended up leading into the error. And unfortunately for the Reds, an extra opportunity for these Dodgers to do damage.
Ohtani. To begin his Dodger career. He bats with the Dodgers up a run in the 6th, runners at first and third. And a swing and a foul back out of play as Nick Martinez faces Shohei Ohtani, and these two guys familiar with one another from back in Japan. We talked about Martinez going over there. And a fastball foul back. It's 0-2. Nick Martinez, his bread and butter pitch, that changeup. We talked to him before the game tonight. Martinez, I asked him, who taught you your changeup? He said, I did. I was over in Japan and just needing to work on something different.
Yeah, he said he wasn't doing much. It was, pandemic, and he's like, all right, well, and then let me try something else. I can learn a new pitch. And he's got a lot of pitches, and he's unafraid to throw them any count, any situation, in any location.
Here's the 0-2. And a changeup bounced foul. Martinez, a kid who grew up in Miami. He played his college ball in New York City. Nick Martinez played at Fordham University, and he was actually a shortstop there. Kike Hernandez at third, Wortvet at first. And that one lifted foul and out of play as Ohtani spoils that changeup.
Well, he has 6 pitches working for him: the cutter, four-seamer, changeup, sinker, curveball, and slider. So you can imagine trying to figure out what he's trying to throw at you, but he's super utility when it comes to pitching.
Fastball upstairs, and now it's 1-2.
I'd say overall, Ohtani tonight has been kind of aggressive in a way, swinging early in the count. He's trying to get more into that patience as they're trying to pitch around him.
Martinez in the dirt. Nice stop by Stevenson back there on that one knee.
And that is a critical stop with a runner on third base. Even runner on first who could cruise into second and be in scoring position. He starts to backhand it, then he's like, all right, let me block it in front. Turns his glove over just to smother it and keep it where it is.
2-2. Ground ball, base hit, right field. Ohtani comes through. Kike Hernandez is in, and Wortvet makes it to third. It's 4-2 Dodgers.
Ohtani's so good at getting and going down through the ball, and he certainly catches this one. Look where this ball ends up. I mean, it's barely at the base of the zone. One hand just out in front a little bit, but serves it into right field. Big hole over there, and that's the advantage of having a runner there that's being held. Bigger hole to work with.
Bounce towards third and foul. Shohei Ohtani as if on script. The one to Mookie. On the ground. Fair ball! Past the diving Hayes and down the line. It kicks off the sidewall. Rortvet in to score. Ohtani to third. Mookie's into second. It's a 3-hit night for Betts. And it's 5-2.
I mean, you talked about picking your poison, and you know.
So far through 2 games with 8 hits, and they're going to go ahead and intentionally. It's a chance to really break this open with 1 out, and the Dodgers up 5-2. The other 3 series, we've seen the team down 1-0 force a game 3. The Reds need a hold here and a rally to do it. Hernandez with a base hit up the middle. That'll score Ohtani. Here comes Betts. Freeman to third. Hernandez into second. And it is 7-2 Dodgers.
Well, just in case there's a question about whether Shohei Ohtani is this whole offense, it continues.
For Tigers, Guardians, Padres, Cubs, Yankees, Red Sox. Second and third, Santillan on, and Max Muncy takes inside.
Santillan, four-seamer. He has that slurve going, slider changeup.
And again, down the stretch, the bullpen had been tremendous for Terry Francona's team. As Muncy takes high.
Well, I think that changeup was probably a broken fastball. He didn't throw very many of them, but 80 appearances. It looks like Francona is saying, put them on. Put them on.
And they will. So Muncy will take his base on for the third time here tonight.
Well, they're trying to set up some double play in this situation. There's one out. And at least give them all the bases as a chance to record a force out. And especially Muncy, left-handed batter, who's also pretty dangerous in his own right.
Pages fouls one back. The 0-1. And Santillan finds the mark with that one. Reds down the stretch from September 16th on. Their bullpen had a 0.83 ERA. Last night it was a little bumpy. And again, here tonight, Pages lifts this one in the air right field. Hayes makes the catch, tagging at third, and then stopping is Freddie Freeman.
A good pitch by Santillan, a little bit down. It got Pages out in front. The barrel dropped, and it created sort of a lazy short fly ball, which was not deep enough to score Freddie Freeman.
Well, this inning started on a single by Kike Hernandez. And eventually Betts an RBI double. Teoscar Hernandez a two-run double. Kike waits. And the pitch in for a strike.
His fastball has a lot of late movement. Most of the way, that was a ball, and then last second, it seems to turn right on that edge.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss. See Kike wearing those tinted glasses. They are prescription. He actually was at the All-Star break last year and talking to Martin Maldonado, suggested he get his eyes examined, and it turned out he did need some help. And he's been wearing glasses since.
Well, I remember a lot of spring trainings going in, a lot of eye tests, trying to make sure your vision is right where you need them.
Yeah, Muncy got him as well this year. That one down and away.
But the bottom line
did
is,
you always have good vision?
I did. I always had good vision, and I still don't wear glasses. And actually, my brother, my dad, my mom all wore glasses. So.
We're the same age, Dougie. I've been wearing glasses for like 8 years now. 2-2. And this one a mile in the air. De La Cruz and McLean. Ellie posts up the second baseman, makes the catch. Inning over. Dodgers score 4 times and extend the lead at 7-2. He's back out there. So 8 strikeouts and no walks, and continues to rack up the punch-outs as he goes to work against Tyler Stevenson. So Yamamoto getting a chance to extend his outing. On the ground is short. Betts collects. And for more on Yamamoto, downstairs and Alden.
Yeah, Boog, this is something Dave Roberts actually talked about the last few weeks of the regular season. Is one way to make up for the bullpen deficiencies is that he can push his starters a little bit longer, and it's actually made easier because they've been in a 6-man rotation for a good chunk of the season, or maybe all year.
Mark Pryor going out to the mound, so they have a chat as Will Benson is going to hit here. And as Benson waits with the meeting on the mound, we let you know that you need to wear what the players are wearing on field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, T-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite postseason team gears. Yamamoto continues to ratchet up that pitch count. This year, he threw a season-high 112 pitches September 6th. That was in the near no-hitter against Baltimore. He threw as many as 100 pitches 10 times this year. First offering in for a strike, Vesia and Trinan. Bounced foul. Now, Dougie, one of the things that's changed in the game is how frequently we see pitchers even getting to 100 pitches nowadays.
And it's all a matter of, will they stay in? If are they doing this through 6? Or are they doing this through 7?
Yep.
And when bullpens are constructed, especially very successful ones, to have the 7th and 8th and 9th locked down.
Foul tipped at the plate. And Benson able to stay alive on pitch number 99. This year, 11.7% of all starts did the pitcher throw as many as 100 pitches. You go back to 2010, 15 years ago, it was 50%.
Wow.
That one outside. The guy who threw 100 pitches the most this year was Garrett Crochet, 16 times. And the most pitches thrown in any game, Gavin Williams, 126. So it's just something we've seen league-wide. Yamamoto and a 1-2. And Rortvedt trying to frame that. Lance Barrett not buying. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Oh, boy. I mean, just missed. Yamamoto goes for a little walk, has a quick chat with himself. Oh, boy.
I mean, it's a whisker, but the right call, according to K-Zone. And, Benson, big power and still a young player with some upside, so he's dangerous left-handed bat.
3-2 off the outside edge. And ball 4. And credit to Benson for taking these pitches, and credit to Lance Barrett for calling them, because, again, the K-Zone showing they are not strikes. Barely, but they're not strikes. And a breaking ball in for a strike. If you're wondering, by the way, the ABS challenge system and the technology that will be used, it is effectively the same technology that we're delivering to you here tonight on television. The 0-1. Check swing. Foul tipped into the mid of Rortvedt. It's a strike, 0-2.
We'll see how Yamamoto bounces back the first walk of the game for him, and he's shown such good command, mixing location, strategically being in the zone, but also strategically being out of the zone to get hitters to expand.
Dodgers lead 7-2. Breaking ball. Outside corner. Ring him up. And it is strikeout number 9 for Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Once again, the location. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look where the glove is. He just put it there. He didn't even need to frame it, really. It was already beautiful. It was just right there. And, as a hitter, if you're looking for anything else, you can't even throw the bat at it. You can't even react. And nothing McLean can really do.
Yamamoto has delivered an ace-type performance. He's been brilliant this year. Certainly is going to get his share of Cy Young votes. I think more than likely that award's going to go to Paul Skeens. The 1-0. Foul back.
You think back to Dave Roberts, talking to him opening day, and he was like, yeah, Yamamoto's a Cy Young candidate. Like, he knew. He just watched how he was approaching things in spring training and just the next level. And he has really followed through on that in the numbers, the delivery, and the consistency.
The 1-1 is fouled away. I'm not sure that there was any pregame meeting question I enjoyed more than Tim Kirkchin, who's doing the game on the radio, saying to Dave Roberts, Dave, is he taller than you? I know that was a bad Tim Kirkchin, but
it's close.
I mean,
it was more like the Wicked Witch of the West, but
kinda, right.
It's okay. I knew where you were going.
Yamamoto at 109 pitches. Man at first, 2 down. A 1-2. Foul back. So Friedel hanging in there. Yamamoto, who goes 5'10", 176 pounds. But he can bring it. And continues into this effort. About to throw pitch number 111. Outside. And this next pitch will match his career high 112 that he threw earlier this year in that no-hit bid. 8 2/3 innings in Baltimore in early September. September 6th. 2-2. Upstairs, just a bit outside. Friedel taking that one, and now it's 3-2.
I think Bateman liked the script. That's why he's reacting that way.
Did you get him the script already?
Yeah, somehow maybe I texted it to him. He said it's more sci-fi than documentary.
2 outs, man at first. Yamamoto delivers inside, and he walked him. And he takes his glove off and basically mimes like he's going to throw it to the ground. Dave Roberts out of the dugout, makes the point to the pen, and the night is over for the right-hander from Japan, who will get a nice hand here. And that one fouled away by Spencer Steer. By the way, the 113 pitches, the most by a Dodger starter in postseason in 6 years. Walker Buehler in 2019 went 117. So by today's standards, a marathon-type performance. That one chopped to the left side. Betts collects, throws to first, and Steer is out. The Reds lead 2. Time to stretch in L.A.